Hello beautiful people, thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. I am Darla and you are tuned into the 30 journey. Here we're on a faith and fulfilled journey through our 30s, and I'm so happy you decided to join me for this video today. So one thing that I learned on this journey, y'all, is that it is okay to change. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to change your habits. It is okay to change your life. My 30s have honestly been like the most transformative decade of life for me. I think back to my teens, I think back to my 20s, and I'm just like, this was a decade that just shifted a lot of things for me and put a lot of things into perspective and in focus. I have been able to grow so much just being here for 4 years so far. I can just honestly say a lot of foundation and a lot of groundwork has already been laid, and I am so proud to be where I am, and I can only imagine what the latter part of my 30s will look like, because if it's going anything like I think it's going to go, it is going to be phenomenal. And one thing that I do want to share with you guys, like I said, is that it's okay to change. It's okay to change your mind, your habits, your life. And if you are dedicated to changing any of these things in any decade of life that you're in, but specifically your 30s, I recommend you keep on watching. For me, starting off, y'all, like at 30, I just found a recording that I have from when I was 30 years old, and it was titled The Reset. I was really interested to hear what I had to say, because I tell you guys that's how I timestamp things. That is like a way of journaling for me. I did a whole video on this and certain things that I do. And I look back at 2016, because in 2016 your girl turned 30 years old. And guys, I listened back to that recording and I was just like, girl, you knew. And I know that I knew, but just some of the things that I said in this recording, y'all, it was really kind of powerful, because like I spoke the life that I'm living right now into existence. I spoke better health into existence. Mind you, this was when I was going through anxiety and depression and didn't really know it. But I just knew that my life was not supposed to be the way that it was. One thing that I tell you guys all the time is about speaking things into existence. That's what I was doing in that recording. I was really speaking a lot of things into existence, into my life. And when you know you're not living your best life and you're not living the way that you know you want to live or you should live, like I knew that some of the things that I was dealing with was outside of me. I'm like, this is not like me, something is not right. And knowing this and having enough self-awareness is really what allowed me to catapult like my life into a different direction, even if it was slowly. And I think the biggest part that I can tell you guys within that time for me was the foundation that I laid. And when I look back, I'm just like, that's exactly how it was supposed to be. I was supposed to be laying the foundation, so that way when it came down to, you know, facing hard moments and really going into a season where things are being tested, I had to have something laid. It was so many things that just started to align, because it allowed me to see exactly where I was at a specific time. And it also allowed me to see that what path I was on and where I was going. I started realizing that the purchases that I was making at that time was a little bit different. I started realizing that a lot of the relationships that I was cultivating was, you know, more intentional. And that's what I honestly want to share, because I think the foundation was laid, and that is so important. Lay the foundation first and allow yourself to build on that. Especially if you're thinking about changing something in your life, just know that any good thing that you want to last, that you want to cultivate into something great, needs a great foundation. Another thing that I want to share, if you're on your journey of growth and change, is to know that you are not defined by who you used to be. So I think a lot of people have this real bad that they will try to hold people to who they were at one point in time and not allow them to really grow. They will try to remind you, oh, you remember when you used to, and it's just like, yeah, I do remember, but who am I now? But one thing that I do want to say about that is that a lot of times it's not even about you. Like, people will try to bring you back to the level that you were on because that's what makes them feel better. And I think it is important for you to know for yourself truly who you are, and to not be fazed by people who really just want to try to put you in a box of who you used to be. That's like telling, in my opinion, a person who is overweight, you remember when you used to be fat? Like, who wants to be reminded of that? Like, why would you keep telling a person that has gone through the work and the change to be healthier, oh, you remember when you used to be fat? Who does that? But there are people, and people in our lives, who will definitely always try to come for you for the person that you used to be. Some people really won't be happy about you evolving and glowing up, and it's okay. Continue to do it anyway. And that's what I honestly want to give to you guys, because I think a lot of people love to hold you to who you used to be. And as long as you're at peace with who you are and who you are becoming, because here's the thing that I know about myself is that I'm not a finished product. So even if there is a lot of growth, even if there is a lot of change, like, I know that this is not where it ends for me. Like, I'm just getting started. And I say that at every point of my life, no matter where I am. Yo, say what you want. I know I'm doing great things, but guess what? I'm just getting started. And I think that's a great attitude to have, to continue to move and maneuver to be better every day. And I tell you guys this ever since I got the revelation to commit to the journey. And I also had another one recently, and that is, it's all a journey. Everything we go through is 9 times out of 10 a journey. And if it is not the journey itself, it is a part of a journey. And the one thing that I know with my relationship with God is that he's not pushing or forcing me to be this great thing overnight or anything more than I'm prepared to be at that time. And I don't believe you should let anyone else hold you to that standard either. Allow yourself to grow organically. Allow yourself to continue to evolve and be great. So another thing on this journey of growth and change is that you should always allow yourself to change your mind about things. So there have been a lot of times where I look back on some videos and I'm just like, nah, I don't know if I feel like that anymore. Or not really so much that, but more so of, I feel a little bit differently about this. And guess what? That's okay. And I really allow myself to grow and evolve in that way as well, because I'm not going to be held to what I said 3 years ago, 5 years ago, because I am allowed to change. I'm allowed to change my mind. And I think this is one thing that really annoys me about the media, is because when it comes down to celebrities, they always like to throw like old interviews and old clips about something that they may have said, you know, at a previous time in their life. Are people not allowed to grow? Are they not allowed to evolve? Yes, that was their opinion 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's not the same. And I could have a different opinion about something I said yesterday because I was able to process it, think it through. Maybe somebody pointed out something that I did not know. And I allow myself to be open to saying, you know what? I changed my thoughts about that, and guess what? That's okay. And I give myself enough grace to do that, even if other people don't. Allow yourself to be able to change your mind about certain things. And it may not even be about changing your mind, maybe just changing your perspective about it a bit. Maybe something that you were completely closed off or closed-minded to, and you decided, hey, you know what? I really am open to seeing this point of view about this, or understanding this a little bit better. And allow people to do that. Allow people to do that, and allow yourself to do that. And that's one thing I really do love and appreciate about my relationship with God. That's why it is a true relationship, because one thing that he always pours into me is that it is a journey. You will go on this journey changing your mind about certain things, feeling one way about it one day, feeling another about it another. And that is a part of me being on this human experience and exploring and journeying through life, figuring things out, finding what fits for me. So the last thing I would say that I do on my personal journey to growth and change is really allowing myself to know that I'm not just one thing. Like, I'm not just spirituality. I'm not just, you know, a YouTuber. I'm not just my faith. I have so much wrapped into who Darla is, and I'm so comfortable with saying, you know what, I'm not just kinks, I'm bundles too. And y'all will be seeing that very soon. Again, Also, I am not just Kirk Franklin. I am also 2 Chainz. Like, that's a part of who I am, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. One thing that I always say about myself is that I'm a multi-layered and multifaceted woman, and I love that about myself the most. I cannot be boxed in. I will not be boxed in. You can never say that Darla is just this one thing, because I am not. Maybe that is a part of who I am as a whole, but I am not just this, and I am not just that. I personally do not subscribe to that. So I just want to tell you guys, give yourself enough grace to be more than one thing. My Christian walk personally is not just living here to serve. At the end of the day, that's what I believe I was placed here to do, serve and serve others. That's a part of it. But at the end of the day, I was also put here to enjoy life. I was also put here to be a great individual, to leave my mark on this world. And me being so many different things, knowing that I'm so many different things, how would I be serving this world purely and authentically if I was just subscribing and just staying in one lane and being one thing, when I know that's not who I am? It's like that to me is doing a disservice to who God created me to be, and that is also doing a disservice to myself. I have one life to live as far as I know, and I want to live it in the most authentic way possible, and that is me being a bunch and an array of different things. And I am so proud and so grateful to be at this point in my life where I don't mind expressing it all, not caring what that looks like to anyone. So I give that to you guys on your journey to growth and change, to continue to be who you are. Don't be binded by who you think you are as well, because that is something I had to learn too, is to not be binded to who people think you are, because that may not be who you are becoming. That may be who you were for a season. And I'm also learning the balance when it comes to that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys are really on a journey to growth and change, to be better, to continue to evolve as human beings, because guess what, y'all? That's what we do. That's what we do. And I hope that you are truly being authentic on your journey as much as possible, showing the world who you are, all the different facets to you, and allowing yourselves to truly be used by God in the process, just by being you. Just by being. If you are not subscribed to the 30 Journey and you want to, I would suggest you hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell. As always, fam, remember to keep God first and to commit to the journey. Peace.